Here's your strength and conditioning work for the day. You should have already done the warm-up, soft tissue work, and mobility work. Now we'll get on to the real fun stuff. First, we're gonna do some ballistics. We're still working on that calf and ankle complex. This time, we're gonna go from bilateral to unilateral. So we'll be doing single leg alternating hops. And the focus here is keeping stiff knee, stiff ankle. So I'm going right, left, just a nice little bounce. You could double it up. Sometimes you'll see people doing jump rope like this. Left, right, left, right. Or you can go left, right. Again, trying to get nice staccato pop off the ground. Very little ground contact time. Shooting for 25 reps on each leg. That is going to be supersetted with a plyo push-up, wide to narrow. You may have already done high and low plyo push-ups, so this is a little bit different. Wide to narrow will look like this. Start narrow, pop at the top, wide, narrow, wide, narrow. Get as much pop as you can, shooting for, I believe it's 4 reps in each position, which would equal 8 total. Once you've finished your sets of ballistics, we're gonna move on to our strength work. The first one is quite tricky, but I've got faith that you can do it. It's a twisting squat, working on hip strength and mobility. Here's what the final version looks like, and then we'll see how we can scale it. So you're seated on the ground, legs crossed. Hopefully you can see everything. The pressure is going to be on the outside of your foot to start. I'm gonna give a lean forward. As I come up, I untwist my legs, which is gonna bring me all the way around. So now my legs are in the opposite position, and I come down. Repeat. Lean forward, whoa. Twist, and control back down. This one's quite tricky. Here's how we can scale it. If you have a TRX or a band, we can use that for some assistance. So grab a hold, get a little tension on, come into that starting position, and give the band a little pull so it's decreasing your body weight and allowing you to come up, untwist, and back down. Repeat. Up, twist, back down. It's going to be challenging. It takes some hip mobility, some hip strength, and a little bit of coordination. You just have to find the right load. So if you need more help from the band, get a thicker band, hold it a little higher to decrease your body weight. Give it a try. After that comes a banded bicep curl with neutral grip. Bicep training, we don't necessarily need to reinvent the wheel. A little variation on grip is great. So if you've been doing reps with a supinated grip, we're going to change to a neutral grip. So just gonna adjust the handles, there we go. Now my palms are facing each other, getting a little bit more of the forearm flexors involved. Relatively high reps, check your program, should be right around 20. After that comes tricep extension. Whatever grip you used last month, we're going to use the opposite grip this month. So if you were supinated last month, we're going to flip your grip and go pronated. No matter where you're starting from, this is coming high to low. You could also do it at waist height, leaning forward, boom. Opposite of whatever grip you used the previous month. And the fourth exercise in this circuit is a bicycle crunch. One of my favorites when it's done well, one of my least favorites when I see it done badly. So here's our starting position. Hands at the temples, knees at 90-90. As I extend one leg, I come up across the body, exhale. This is about the pace we want to go at. When I come up with my torso, I'm trying to get both shoulders off the ground. I'm not just twisting right to left, I'm going into spinal flexion and rotation. Kick that leg out hard. A lot of times I'll see people just kind of flopping on the ground like a fish out of water. You're not a fish out of water, you're a strong, sturdy human, right? So exhale, reset. Exhale, reset. If you do them right, you'll feel it. So that's our first circuit. Twisting squats, band bicep curl, band tricep extension, bicycle crunch. After you finish all your sets there, we move on to our B exercises. Single leg calf raise with a straight knee. Again, this may be familiar. We've got our elevated step, have something for balance. Instead of a bent knee, we're gonna lock the knee, more gastroc focus. Little pause at the bottom, little pause at the top. Building on what we've previously done, it should be right around 20 to 25 reps, adding a little bit of volume there. Number 2 is a band front raise. So, find a band with appropriate tension. We'll probably go with a neutral grip or a semi-pronated grip and bring it up, looking about 160 degrees range of motion here. Nice and controlled. Number 3, we're going to do an abdominal vacuum. This is a little bit unusual, but we're targeting our transverse abdominis, which is kind of like the corset muscle of our torso. I'll show you what it looks like in some different variations we can play with. So, bear with me, I gotta show a little midriff here. What I'm doing is exhaling all my air and then sucking everything in. It looks like this. Pulling everything in, all the way from the top near my rib cage to the bottom, getting near my pubic area, right? So I exhale, suck everything in, and I hold for 10 seconds. I can't talk and do it at the same time, but hold that position for 10 seconds. You should feel it quite a bit. There's a few different variations you can do. If you want to get in kind of a supported position with your hands on your knees, this is a really good one for getting to know the feel of the position. Exhale, draw in, hold for 10 seconds. Right, so working the transverse abdominis, which oftentimes gets neglected, but it's one that is quite important. So those are our B exercises: single leg calf raise, band front raise, and ab vacuum. After that, we're going to move on to our paddle-specific exercise, which is going to be a banded straight arm pull down. We're doing this one for time, so if you have like a boxing round timer, we're going to go 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, getting as many quality reps as possible. So, here's the setup. Band's relatively high. We want to get roughly 180 degrees of movement. So my arms are up by my ears, and then they're coming all the way down to my hip. So when that timer goes off, 20 seconds, as many quality reps as you can. Rest for 20, on for 20. Doing that 5 times. Right now, this might be only programmed in once a week, but I think it might be a good idea if we add it a couple days. So if we can get this specific exercise 3 times a week, that'll be money. All right? Give it a try. Happy training. You got this.